Time for a Coat, a play for radio by Andrew Sachs.
She's very beautiful, you must admit that, mustn't you? Virginia? Elegant, slim, and her hands so graceful. Oh, I love her, I really do. Of course, it's difficult for you to understand, I know, but... I mean, have you ever seen spandrels like she's got?
No.
You know she's a coatâ.
Really?
Well, it's engraved under her main arbour. Do you want to see?
I'll take your word for it.
Not that that's any proof, of course.
Of course.
I admit I'm a bit worried about the lenticle. He didn't much like lenticles.
Who didn't?
Daniel Quare.
Nor do I.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I'll tell you something else. Her spandrels leave me cold.
Really? Oh, surely not, darling. Just take a closer look. Is something the matter, darling?
Please, don't worry about it.
Oh, tell me.
I just think you're a very selfish man.
Me? Selfish? How do you make that out?
I need a new coat for the winter.
So?
You've known that for a long time.
Well, yes, you go on about it often enough.
But you won't buy me one.
Not a fur one. No, we can't afford it.
Yet you can go out this morning and spend 10 guineas on an old
Pounds, actually.
grandfather clock that's practically falling to pieces.
But, Ginny, I've offered to spend more than that on a coat for you, but you won't accept it.
Because I've got to have a fur coat.
Why?
I've never had a fur coat. After all, Tony bought his wife a fur coat.
coat.
Why shouldn't I have one?
I don't own a restaurant.
No, you spend all your money on broken-down grandfather clocks.
Oh, darling, you don't understand. This one's a real investment. I've told you it's most probably a coatâ. Therefore, it's worth thousands.
I don't care if it's a Frankenstein. I want a fur coat. That's an even better investment.
I'm very sorry. I haven't got the money, and there it is.
Very well, Simon. In any case, it doesn't really matter. I intend to buy my own fur coat.
Good. How?
I'm taking an extra job over the weekends.
I see, and you expect to earn enough to buy one before the winter sets in.
Yes.
Night work, I presume.
Don't be vulgar.
Anyway, I don't know how women can wear fur. Don't you ever think of the poor little animals slaughtered just to satisfy a woman's vanity?
No.
Oh, come off it. You're an old softy. I've seen you spend half an hour helping a moth to fly out of the window. You're too nice a person to wear fur coats.
Don't try and get round me.
No, I mean, I don't think you could ever bring yourself to wear one if you saw where it came from.
You're quite wrong. As a matter of fact, I may be doing just that.
What?
I'm having an interview on Monday after work with a fur breeder.
Oh?
Yes, in answer to an advertisement. See for yourself.
Well, you mean for a job? Over the weekend?
Just one afternoon to start with, but you never know where it may lead. Here, read it.
Attractive young lady required. Size 12, good personality. To wear top furrier's mottle coat at trade garden party. Oh, no professional models need apply. Saturday the 31st of August. Good fee for the right girl. Langham 1129. Who is it?
Silby Furs.
You think they'll give you a coat after the tea and buns? Well, at least you'll be with the right people. Maybe they'll give you a discount when you come to buy.
Who knows?
Hey, wait a minute, that's next Saturday. I hope you won't want the car.
Well, certainly, if I get the job, it's 50 miles out of town.
But I wanted to take this clock over to Harry Blackman, let him have a look at it.
Take the bus.
With a clock 7 foot high? Why don't you?
Because you're the gentleman.
All right, Mrs. Perrin. Try the coat on, please.
It's beautiful.
It's expensive.
Oh.
Turn round. Not bad.
It's wonderful. Oh, I've never felt anything so soft. What is it?
Chinchilla.
Oh, it's really beautiful, Mr. Silby. And the colour. Did you make it?
My mother breeds them and we make up the pelts here.
It's absolutely perfect.
I'm glad you think so.
Don't you?
Do you know anything about fur?
I like it. Mr. Silby, why did you have to advertise for someone? I'm sure you must have plenty of friends who'd only be too happy to wear it for you.
No one the right type. My mother's trying to break into the younger market, so she wants to find someone the right age and colouring, etc., who looks better in chinchilla than she would in mink, say.
That doesn't sound too difficult.
You'd be surprised. She's very particular.
Oh, and how do I rate?
If the coat has to be worn at all, better it should be you than anyone else.
Do you know, Simon, he almost sounded as though he didn't like the coat.
Perhaps he doesn't.
Oh, that's impossible. Have you ever seen chinchilla?
I don't know, really.
Oh, it's a sort of slaty grey and blue, and it's so soft. You've never felt anything so soft in your life.
How much is it?
Terribly expensive. More than mink, even. That's why they don't often make full-length coats from it. I wish you'd seen it. It's out of this world. Of course, I wouldn't need anything like that for myself. I mean, it's far too expensive.
Really?
Oh, yes. I'm aiming at something cheaper. Like beaver, for example.
Ah, beaver! Now that's nice. I saw a very good beaver coat the other day made in nylon. Absolutely indistinguishable from the real thing.
Oh, shut up.
Well, it was very reasonable. I'll buy it for you if you like.
Nylon?
Think about the advantages before you turn your nose up.
What advantages?
Well, for one thing, the moths would leave it alone.
So will I.
And being nylon, it's sure to be drip dry. Now, that's useful, isn't it?
Anything else?
Never needs ironing? Well, I'm sure it's much warmer anyway.
My mind is made up, Simon. I shall have a fur coat if I have to slave all my life for it. When I put on that chinchilla in Mr. Silby's office today, I felt like a real woman.
What a load of rubbish.
Oh, what's the use? I'm going to make some cocoa and feed the cat. Come on, pussy. Puss, 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 puss.
Watch out, Tiddles. Your life may be in danger. Harry! Harry!
Is that you, Mr. Perrin? I'm in the workshop.
Give us a hand, Harry.
Hang on. I'll take it. Put your end down. That's it.
Oh, morning.
Morning, Mr. Perrin.
Oh, damn taxi driver. Wouldn't lift a finger to help me.
Oh, your car broken down?
No, my wife's commandeered it for the day. She's gone into the country to do a job for somebody.
What have we here?
There she is. Needs a bit of restoration, of course, but not bad for a tenner, eh?
You think it's a Daniel Quare?
I reckon so. Be worth a good few hundred by the time we've finished.
I don't like that lenticle, Mr. Perrin.
Yes. It is a bit worrying, isn't it?
By the way, the wife asked if you'd like to have lunch with us. We have it late on Saturdays.
Well, that's very nice. I've had a sandwich, actually.
Well, you can manage a bit more then. I'll go and tell her, then we can have a proper look at this.
Mrs. Perrin to see Mr. Silby now.
Ah, my dear, how nice of you to come. I'm Mr. Silby's mother.
How do you do?
Do sit down. You will forgive me, won't you, if I carry on with these flowers? The first guests will be here soon.
Of course.
Do you smoke?
Thank you very much.
I'd rather you didn't this afternoon, you see, wearing a coat, I mean. I couldn't afford to have my best pelts go up in flames.
I see, of course.
And you will be careful with the food, won't you? I should keep off the cream and the mayonnaise, that sort of thing. I can't have it stain. My son told you what to do with it?
Yes.
I'd better tell you again. It's a matter of discreet advertising, you see. When people ask, you tell them it's a Silby fur. That's my son's label. Don't, of course, say you're wearing it just for the afternoon. Look as though it belongs to you.
Of course.
Pat! Oh. There's a room for you upstairs. You can tidy up and then come down about 3:15, all right?
Yes, thank you.
Come and see me just before you do, of course. You'll find the coat upstairs, too.
Yes, madam.
Ah, Pat, show Mrs.
Perrin.
Show Mrs. Perrin to her room and see she has everything. Did you drive down?
Yes.
Oh, you can't have had lunch then.
I grabbed a sandwich.
Oh, Pat, a hot dinner for Mrs. Perrin. Or would you rather have a salad?
Please, don't
Oh,
bother.
nonsense. You must eat. Pat will get you anything you want.
This way, please.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. She's determined to have one this winter, whatever happens. That's why she's going on these weekend jobs. I just wish I could buy her one.
Poor love. I know how she feels.
If only it had been a Daniel Quare.
And there it is, Mr. Perrin. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Have another cup of tea.
Thanks.
Harry?
All right.
How much can we sell it for, do you think?
Well, it's a good clock, don't get me wrong. If you want to spend about £8-9 on it, well, I don't think I can do it any cheaper than that. You should be able to make a few pounds clear profit.
A few pounds? Hardly enough for a fur coat.
Hey, I wonder. I've just remembered something, Grace.
What?
Isn't that friend of Joan's selling hers?
Yes, but Mr. Perrin wouldn't want to spend that much.
What's this?
Oh, some neighbours of my daughter. The husband's taking a job in South America, so she's selling her fur coat, of course.
How much for?
80 or 90 pounds, wasn't it?
Something like that.
It's a beautiful coat, Mr. Perrin. Musquash. It cost well over £100 new, and she hasn't had it long, has she?
No.
6 months at the outside.
It's very nice, but it's impossible for me, I'm afraid. Now, if my long case clock had been a Quare, I'd have had plenty of money to spend.
Excuse me for saying so, Mr. Perrin, but I don't think you would have.
What do you mean?
You'd never have parted with it.
Oh, Harry, that's unkind. I mean, I know I'm a bit of a hoarder where my clocks are concerned, but I'd do anything to get Ginny a fur coat. I know what it means to her.
Of course he does.
All right, then. I've got a proposition. I'll buy your clock for £3 more than you paid for it. That's £13.
Well, that's not much help.
Now, wait a minute. How much were you prepared to spend on a coat, anyway?
About 15?
All right. Add that to what I give you for the clock, and that comes to £28.
Oh, all I need is another 60. Chicken feed.
Well, I've got an idea about that, actually.
You have?
Yes, but before I tell you, why don't you have a look at the coat first?
What are you up to?
Well, I'm trying to help you, Mr. Perrin. Or rather, help your wife. Can you get the coat, love?
Yes, if she's in.
No, I don't want to bother you.
Oh, she only lives in the flats opposite. I won't take a minute.
Go on, then, love.
What are you going to
You
do?
wait and see. Just go and get the coat.
All right, you take Mr. Perrin into the workshop and tinker about while I fetch it.
Harry, I think you're trying to bankrupt me.
Come on, Mr. Perrin. Let's have another look at your Daniel Quare. I want to see what I'm spending my money on.
My dear Virginia. Oh, I can call you that, can't I? You don't know how I envy you.
Really?
Your coat. It's divine.
Thank you. It's a Silby fur.
Oh, but of course.
Champagne, madam.
Oh, thank you. Oh, your glass is empty, darling. Do have another.
No more, thank you.
Don't be silly. Yeah.
Thanks.
You know the idea people have that chinchilla only looks good on older women? Well, I mean, he makes nonsense of it, doesn't he? Are you in the trade?
What trade?
The fur trade. What did you think I meant?
Oh, I see. No, I'm just a guest, a friend of Mr. Silby's.
A friend of Leo's. Oh, I'm so pleased. No, really I am. I've always said it's high time Leo had a friend. He must be terribly fond of you, darling, to give you a coat like that.
Oh, no, you don't understand. He didn't give it to me.
Oh, I know that. Men never give anything. No, what I mean is, darling, I think you're absolutely right for him, and I do so sincerely hope things work out stunningly for you both. If nothing else, it would do Leo so much good to get away from that frightful mother of his. Shouldn't have said that. Is she one of your favourite people?
I only met her today.
Oh, that's all right then. Oh, there is Leo now. I think he wants you to join him.
Oh, yes. Will you excuse me?
Of course, darling. Lovely to have met you.
In the mutation Mrs. Silby breeds here, the undercolour is much paler than normal.
Yeah, I noticed the veiling doesn't shade off as much as you'd expect.
That's right. Ah, Mrs. Perrin. This is Colonel Gruber from California.
How do you do?
Very well, thank you, Mrs. Perrin.
The Colonel is interested in your coat.
Oh, yes, it's a Silby fur, of course.
Hey, you're being paid to advertise.
I'm just so pleased with it.
Pat, champagne.
Yeah. Oh, good. Now, here's the stuff. Here's for you, Mrs. Perrin.
Well,
Now, bottoms up. Huh? Oh, yes, good. This coat is made up from your own animal, Silby?
My mother's, yes.
Uh-huh. Do you like it?
My workmen have put all their skill and care into this coat.
Do you like the fur quality?
Mrs. Silby has been working on this mutation for over 5 years. There's no other chinchilla like it in the world. It's unique.
Yeah, you tell me, I believe you. You still haven't answered my question. What do you think of it, Mrs. Perrin?
Oh, I think it's absolutely marvellous. It's the sort of thing every woman dreams about. I'm more determined than ever to buy one for myself.
Huh?
Another one for myself.
2 chinchillas?
Well, perhaps something a little less
Expensive.
Yes.
Have you seen Silby's animals yet, Mrs. Perrin?
They're my mother's, actually.
No, I haven't.
Would you like to? They're over the other side of the tennis courts, through the orchard.
Well, when they bite, they're very ferocious, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, ferocious. Oh, yeah.
I'll get someone to take you. I have to stay here, I'm afraid.
Of course.
Delia,
Leo, darling, what is it?
Mrs. Perrin wants to see the animals. Would you take her? I've got some business here.
Of course, darling. But won't we be trespassing? I mean, your dear mother doesn't encourage visitors in the sheds, does she?
It's all right today. Most people will be looking. Don't startle them, that's all.
Oh, come along then, Virginia. Take the glass with you.
See you later, young lady.
There you are, Mr. Perrin. I'll slip it on so as you can see.
Yes, it's very handsome, isn't it?
Oh, Harry, it feels good. Why don't you buy it for me?
Let's stick to the point.
Oh,
Do you think your wife would like that coat, Mr. Perrin?
Well, of course she'd be crazy about it, but what's the point? I haven't got £80.
it's 90 she wants, actually.
It's even worse.
All right, you like the coat. Now, I'll tell you how you can buy it. You can take it off now, Grace.
I'm quite happy, thank you.
Okay, how?
How much did we say you got towards it? £28?
Uh-huh.
So we only need another 62. Now then, I will give you £62 in cash for your chamfer top clock with the recoil escape.
Oh, but Harry...
That's only worth about 40. I shall want the true bell clock and the balloon clock as well.
You can't mean it.
I'm trying to help you. I only want the first one, really, because I got a buyer for it. Well, the other two are rubbish, but I'm prepared to ruin myself and give you the other £22 you need for them.
How very kind.
Well, you said you'd do anything for Mrs. Perrin. Here's your chance.
But you don't understand, Harry. That chamfer top clock is the first decent one I ever picked up. It's not just a clock, it's become part of me. I love it too much to sell it.
More than your wife, Mr.
Well, you're
Perrin.
really hitting below the belt.
Oh, poor Mr. Perrin. Don't go on at him.
You keep out of this. We're having a business
right.
discussion. Now, just think of your wife wearing that lovely fur coat. Think of the happiness you'll be giving her.
No, you're asking too much. Anyway, Ginny wouldn't want me to sacrifice my most precious possession. She'd never forgive me.
Well, that shows you how much you've got to learn about women. They'll forgive anything if it's to their advantage. No, I don't think you'll get away with it as easy as that.
Here we are. After you.
All these cages.
Oh, come along, darling. They won't hurt you. There we are.
Oh, these are chinchillas?
Yes,
But they're beautiful.
of course.
They're lovely. They're sweet. They're not at all like rats.
Well, no.
I thought chinchillas were sort of ferrets.
Oh, ferrets aren't rats, darling.
Oh, but they're lovely. They're like lovely, cuddly squirrels.
Yes, I'll take one out for you.
Oh, is it all right? Don't you have to wear thick gloves in case they bite?
No. Come along, sweetheart. There we are.
Oh,
Go on, stroke him.
he's sweet. He's so soft.
Oh, this isn't a very good one, actually.
He's perfect.
No, too dark. Compared to the colour of your coat.
My coat? Oh, my goodness, how can I wear it in front of him? He may be looking at his own father. Oh, let's go, please. I can't bear it. I think I must have another drink. This is awful.
All right, Harry. All right. I give in. I'll buy her the coat.
Now, Mr. Perrin, don't you let him talk you into it.
No, he's right. A man has to make sacrifices now and again for his wife.
Good for you. I'll write a cheque straight away.
You stop pushing him, Harry Blackman. I think Mr. Perrin should take the coat home and see if his wife likes it first, before he starts throwing his money around.
Of course you'll like it,
How do
Grace.
you know?
No, I think it's right I buy it here and now. I feel I need to do something quite definite to show Ginny that I'm doing something quite definite.
Quite right.
Yes. Harry, you make your check out straight to your friend and I'll make one out for the rest. I mean, what sort of a husband am I anyway if I put my clocks before my wife?
Quite right. Here's a pen.
In order to produce animals of outstanding quality, like the one I have here, I prefer inbreeding them closely as much
Could
as
I
I
have
can.
a glass, please?
This
Champagne,
necessitates
madam?
a certain
Thank you.
amount of rather ruthless colouring.
How can they?
Now, the drawback
Most interesting, isn't
that
it?
if the inbreeding is carried on too
That's such
long,
an attractive
the
coat
litters
you're wearing.
become small and sickly.
Something wrong.
So we make a carefully selected outcross to a good quality Provençal. That is, one not in direct line of descent as soon as signs of runtiness appear.
You poor little loves. Do you think you're going to be... Oh, it's too awful. Yes, darling, let me hold you, baby. How does it open? Oh, that's it. Come along, there we are. Pretty thing. Ah, keep still, keep still. They shouldn't make you into coats. It's wicked. Oh, keep still. Oh, come back. Puss. Come on, stay. Come away from the door. Naughty. Oh dear, it's run away. Away. Ah, what is it then? Do you want to go too? All right, so you shall. Come on out. Come on, down you go. Sure, off you go then. That's right. And now you don't worry. Don't worry, any of you can all go. Yes, you can all go. Come on, out you come. Shoo. Yes, I'm coming. Don't worry. I won't let any of you stay behind.
Leo?
Yes, Mother?
Have you seen that girl wearing the coat?
What girl?
The one you engaged this afternoon.
Ah.
Have you?
Why?
It's after 5. She can go home if she wants.
If she wants.
You've been drinking too much.
Oh, rubbish.
Don't think I don't know. See if you can find her.
Who?
The girl, for heaven's sake, and pay her off. But check the coat before you do, and sober up.
All right, Mother. I'll find her.
What's the matter, Pet? Don't you want to join your brothers? They've all gone into the fields and the meadows. No more left behind. Only you. You're the last one. Now come along. Off you go. Off you go.
What are you doing?
Oh, Mr. Silby. I had to. I just had to.
Oh, where are they?
They've all gone.
All gone?
Except this one. He doesn't want to. Oh, Mr. Silby.
All gone?
I'll pay you for them. Honestly, I will. Every penny. I work all my life. But I couldn't bear to think of them ending up as coats.
They belong to my mother. And you've let them go.
Oh, please, Mr. Silby, please try to understand. Forgive me.
Forgive you? Mrs. Perrin, I should have had the courage to do that myself years ago.
Oh, you, a farrier, feel like that?
Yes, I do. I really do. And I hope they never come back.
Oh, then you do understand.
Of course I do. I admire you, Mrs. Perrin. You know the difference between good and bad.
You angel.
My mother doesn't. She hasn't the faintest idea how to produce a decent pelt.
What?
And she won't listen. Here, just look at this pathetic specimen that's got left behind. He's so puny he hasn't got the energy to join the others. And the fur, a hedgehog could do better.
But
Good riddance, I say. Go on, Scram. Now, perhaps we can start breeding them my way.
But those poor little animals.
Well, don't worry, they're all insured.
Oh.
The only trouble is that most of that mangy lot will find their way back. I'll just have to kick them out again. You've done a wonderful thing today, Mrs. Perrin, and the fur trade is going to be proud of you. Where's the coat, by the way?
Hanging up outside. I didn't like to wear it in here.
Who can blame you? Do you know I'm ashamed of that coat?
What?
I really am. I always have to make up her moth-eaten pelts, and it's ruining my reputation. You've saved me, do you know that? Let's get the coat. I'm supposed to inspect it before I pay you, but I don't care anymore. Here, have the damn thing.
No.
Keep it.
Oh, Mr. Silby, think what you're saying.
Keep it.
You must give it back to your mother. I don't want it. I can't bear to look at it. It's horrible.
I wouldn't go that far. There's nothing wrong with the workmanship.
You don't understand. You can't give it to me, and I couldn't accept it.
Please yourself. I like you, Mrs. Perrin.
Oh, it's all too much for me. I will pay you back for everything.
Don't give it another thought. This is the dawn of a new era for Silby furs.
Ginny? Ginny? You're very late, darling. I thought you'd had a crash or something.
I'm all right. Where's the mantel clock gone?
I'll tell you later. I've got a surprise for you. But what happened to you? Did you get your 5 guineas?
Oh, it was awful, Simon. Simply awful.
Oh, you better sit down. Do you want a drink?
No! No. Put the kettle on. I'll have some strong coffee.
You very tired?
No. I'm afraid I drank a bit too much and I wasn't really fit to drive, so I slept in the car till I was. And that's why I'm so late. I'm all right now.
Well, what happened?
Oh, I can't tell you. I just want to say I'm sorry for being so awful to you.
Awful? How?
Keeping on about that fur coat all the time.
Oh, that's all right. As a matter of fact...
I never want to see a fur coat again.
Hmm?
I saw all those little animals, Simon. Well, God made them, didn't he?
Oh, yes.
It's cruel and inhuman what people will do just to satisfy a woman's vanity.
Darling, I don't quite understand.
What I saw this afternoon made me think very deeply. And changed me. Completely changed me.
You mean about fur coats?
Yes.
Oh, dear. Just tell me what happened.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it now, darling. Do you mind? Let's change the subject. What's my surprise?
Huh?
You said you had a surprise for me.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, you have. Something to do with your clock.
You wouldn't like it.
Yes, I would. I love your clocks.
Oh, no.
I want to hear about the surprise.
I must have been mad.
What is it?
The chamfer top clock, the true bell, and the balloon. All gone. And for what?
Oh, what are you so angry about?
Take a look in that box. Go on, open it.
All right. Oh,
Hilarious, isn't it?
this is for me.
And that was the idea.
What is it?
Musquash. Belonged to a friend of Harry's. I suppose she might take it back.
It's beautiful.
I'll ring her in the morning. What?
It's the loveliest coat I've ever seen.
But you just said...
Help me on with it.
Ginny, you said...
Darling, It's wonderful.
But it's cruel, inhuman.
Simon, you sacrificed 3 of your clocks to buy this for me.
For?
For me.
Of course.
I think I'm going to cry.
You're still drunk, you must be.
It's the loveliest present I've ever had. I'll never take it off.
Virginia, I can't keep up. This is fur, you know. Musquash, sweet little animals.
No musquash or horrid things like rats.
So what? God made
It's
them.
quite different.
But...
And you gave it to me. That means you really love me, don't you, darling? Say you love me.
But it's so illogical.
Say you love me.
Very well, then. I love you.
That was Wendy Craig and Francis Matthews in Time for a Coat by Andrew Sachs. Production was by Jane Graham.